Welcome back to another video, guys. This is just another quick one. Today we've got the Galaxy S22 Ultra and the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Looking at them side by side, you can't tell the difference between the two. It's only when you pick them up, turn them around, check the camera lenses, and straight away you'll know the difference. As you can see, if we turn them around here, see the camera lenses are a bit bigger on the S23 Ultra. Even though I do have a lens protector on, I don't have one on this. When you got them in your hands, the S23 Ultra does feel less curvy. If you have a look underneath, you see what I mean? It's more of a curve on the S22 Ultra here. On the S23, it's not as curved. And if you noticed, don't know if you can pick up on the camera, the end of the S Pen is slightly different. I'll take it out and show you. Right, the ends are slightly different. Right, look at the pens at the end. This is the S22 Ultra in my left hand. It's more rounded. The S23 is slightly less rounded. It's a very slight difference. As you can see here, they're both running the same One UI version. The latest 5.1 and Android 13. The reason I upgraded from the S22 Ultra to the S23 Ultra is because here in the UK, we only had the Exynos, didn't have the Snapdragon version. So did notice between the Snapdragon and Exynos there's a big performance difference. So that's why I upgraded to the S23 Ultra, because now globally we get the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Camera wise in the back, on the S22 Ultra you get 108 megapixel main. On the S23 Ultra, you get a 200 megapixel main. Ultra wide, telephoto are both the same on both of these. The front facing camera on the S22 Ultra is 40 megapixels. On the S23 Ultra is 12 megapixels. But the pictures look slightly better on the S23. Just goes to show that the more megapixel doesn't mean the better picture. Storage on my S22 Ultra, I've got a 256 gig storage. On the S23 I've got 512. So basically I pre-ordered it and I got the 512 for the price of the 256, which is pretty good. Both got 5000 milliamp batteries. They both got the same IP68 water dust resistance. If you're anywhere besides the UK or anywhere that gets the Exynos version, I wouldn't upgrade the S22 Ultra. Like I said, the only reason I did it was because it's funny to get the Snapdragon on the S23, so that's the reason why I did it. But otherwise, wouldn't have upgraded. But battery wise on the S23 does seem a lot better than my Exynos S22 Ultra. Can't compare it to the Snapdragon version, but it's definitely better than Exynos. Camera wise, not that much of a difference. I'll put in some slides afterwards in between and you guys can decide for yourselves and let me know what ones you think is actually better. Right, I do prefer the flatter display, as you can see side by side here. Obviously I've got a screen protector on this one. I don't have it on my S22 Ultra no more. Did have one where after say a few months it kept peeling off from the sides. Not because it was more curved than this one here, but this one seems pretty fine for now. It doesn't go all the way around, so I don't think it can actually lift up as easy, even though I have a case on it. The S23 Ultra does feel a bit smoother. One thing I noticed is that when I upgraded my S22 Ultra to the One UI 5.1, I noticed it did feel a bit smoother. Battery wise, haven't seen any improvements, but the smoothness is definitely there. As you can see, going through the menus for the camera, same menus, especially now that they got the new update. So software wise, basically the same. All it's going to be down to is your battery life. Obviously, better processor, slightly better cameras, and obviously, like I said, the processor for your games might be a bit smoother. But I'm not really a gamer, so didn't really see much difference. But what I'll do a boot up test and you see which one boots up the quickest. Yeah, S23 is loaded up. S23 Ultra offers a slightly, I'd say better design, just slightly, because it feels much better in the hand. Not as slippery as if you would want to drop it, like in the S22 that we have here. Slightly better camera, obviously the better processor, which will probably give you a bit more battery life and much more smoothness. You could probably tell the S23 Ultra has probably got a slightly bigger bezel, because obviously it doesn't curve round like it does on the S22 Ultra, so that will give the impression of bigger bezels. I mean, it's not necessary for you to upgrade, like I said, unless you have the Exynos, which I did have here. That's the only reason why I upgraded. Otherwise, if I had a Snapdragon Gen 1, I'll definitely stick with it. Any questions, leave them down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.